No one wants to receive a cancer diagnosis, but it's something that is estimated to happen to over 1.6 million Americans this year alone. Thankfully, a growing number of these new cases will survive their diagnosis, thanks to early detection, innovative screenings, and better treatment options. That doesn't make the journey any less scary, but taking the right steps at the beginning can help make it a little more bearable. To start, it's important to remember that you have an important, knowledgeable ally, your medical oncologist.
Doctors should be able to convey information to a patient and assist that individual in fighting their illness. I think sometimes we're a guide. Here, I'll help you to get through this mess. I'll try to get you to the other end. I'll assist you the best I can, and I'll assist you with data, but sometimes I'll give you a shoulder to lean on.
People experience a wide array of emotions, everything from disbelief to fear to sadness to anger. Hearing the diagnosis for the first time can be unnerving, confusing, and overwhelming. It's no surprise that people feel a bit dazed when they walk out of that initial consultation because there's a lot of new information to cover.
Well, we need this person to inform us about the cancer. What type of cancer is it? Where is it located? Do we know where it's originating from? What are its dimensions? What's its stage? And what are the implications of the stage? What will be our plan of attack? What do we need to do to get from where we are right now to fighting this thing actively? So that's a first thing that you really want to keep in mind when you're discussing this new diagnosis with a medical oncologist. Now, as we said before, it's a very trying moment in one's life. It could be very overwhelming. You could be speaking to a patient who's receiving this information and you're realizing that not one word is registering in that person's mind. No fault of theirs. Good recommendation is that the patient bring a friend or a family member, a loved one, someone who can serve as a second set of ears, eyes, brain to help to register what's being said, to help to ask questions, to help to remember subsequently what was discussed. It's very important.
If you would like one, seeking a second opinion should be done immediately and urgently. You don't want to wait weeks or months for confirmation. A helpful aid is the HIPAA law, which clearly states that test results belong to the patient, and that once a patient's permission is given, that information needs to be shared freely and rapidly with other professionals in order to reach a conclusive diagnosis.
Many people will ask you, should I get a second opinion? And my humble belief is that if you're asking the question, then you absolutely should get a second opinion. A second opinion is an old tradition in medicine. Nobody should be put off by it. A patient shouldn't feel bad because he or she is requesting a second opinion. And no physician worth his or her salt should be offended that a patient is seeking a second opinion. A second opinion will either corroborate what you've been told is correct and accurate, or will actually open your mind to other possibilities.
Once it's confirmed, the patient will embark on a long and arduous journey toward recovery. Even afterward, the patient may need years of follow-up and surveillance. He's going to be spending a lot of time with that medical oncologist, so it's important to find a physician that is not only experienced and trustworthy, but is also a comforting and friendly presence.
First, keep in mind that you're not always going to click with a patient and vice versa. I mean, you may see the smartest medical oncologist on the face of the earth, but that person may not be to your liking. If it's not to your liking, then it's just not going to work. I mean, characteristics that may be of benefit for the medical oncologist to have is to have a person who listens. Somebody who's going to listen to you, try to understand you. That would be another characteristic, somebody who's understanding. I think those are two very important characteristics that we should look for in the medical oncologist. When you first meet your medical oncologist, that it should be someone you're comfortable with. One should keep in mind that you're most likely going to have a relationship that will last for years with that individual, and you need to feel comfortable with that person.
Once you feel comfortable with your medical team, it's time to develop your home team. Look to your family and friends to help you cope and understand this new stage in your life. Also, there are a wide variety of local and online support groups filled with people who are struggling through the same things you are. Participating in these groups can also be a huge comfort. I'm Dr. Mike Rosen, and you're watching the eHealth Network. Stay healthy.